Hello and welcome to Cutting Words. I'm Brad Thompson, and today we have a new Unearthed Arcana from Wizards of the Coast. It's titled Wonders of the Multiverse. This contains updated, revised options from the previous Unearthed Arcana, the giant options, which definitely heavily indicates a giant book is on the horizon, much like Fizban's Treasury of Dragons. I'm definitely expecting a giant book coming out into this year, perhaps. And then following that, in this Unearthed Arcana, we have many new multiverse options, which seem to hint towards perhaps a Planescape setting book release next year. Alright, so in this Unearthed Arcana, we have a new race option, the Glitchling, which seems to be a rogue Modron type race, mechanical people. A new cleric subclass, the Fate domain. We have some new backgrounds, we have some new feats, and some new spells. Alright. And so I'll scroll through. This is just standard spiel at the front of every Unearthed Arcana, really. That just lets you know you can use any stat increases for creatures, think about languages, creature types, etc. Alright. The Glitchling. Glitchlings, created by forces of Planar law. Glitchlings are winged human-like creatures made from a merger of magic and machine. These explorers seek to learn all they can about the multiverse and its creatures. Some glitchlings then carry what they learn back to lawful planes, like Arcanus, to inform the orderly working of the multiverse. Others become enamored with travel and the peoples they encounter, and they seek to make a life of their own among the planes. Glitchlings begin their existences with rudimentary personalities. As they absorb information and experiences, their personalities grow, but many retain quirks associated with their lawful origins. You can roll or choose a quirk from an orderly quirk table or create your own. You get a bunch of quirks here. I collect things, whether a specific kind of object or things made of a particular material, etc., etc., etc. Fun little roleplay cues there. Alright. Glitchling traits. You are a construct. You are medium-sized creature. I suppose not medium or small. Alright. Your walking speed is 30 feet. Armored plating. Your metal skin is reinforced with armor plates. While you aren't wearing armor, your base armor class is 14 plus your dexterity modifier, which is pretty good. I think normally it's most races that have that similar ability, it's 13 plus dex, so that's a slight increase there. Balance chaos. When you roll an attack roll or a saving throw and roll a 9 or lower on the d20, you can balance chaos and treat the roll as a 10. You can balance chaos in this way a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Wow, that's really good. Yeah. Especially on saving throws. It's pretty good. That's a really good ability there. Okay. Living Construct. You were created to benefit from several spells that preserve life, but that normally don't affect constructs. Cure Wounds, Healing Word, Mass Cure Wounds, Mass Healing Word, and Spare the Dying. So wow, so the being a construct is not a flaw for you. You can still get healed. Because normally constructs cannot be healed by those spells. Ordered Mind. You have advantage on Wisdom Insight checks and on saving throws made to avoid or end the charm conditioning yourself. That's cool. Just have advantage on Insight checks. And charm saves. Nice. All pretty solid so far. Vestigial Wings. You have Vestigial Wings that allow limited flight. When you move, you can engage your wings to gain flying speed equal to your walking speed until the end of the current turn. If you are still aloft at the end of the turn, with nothing else supporting you, you fall. You can use this trait a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Okay, so you got a limited flight ability, so I guess you need to land somewhere when it's not your turn, otherwise down you go. Seems weird that the wings don't work a limited number of times. But nice if it could be upgraded, like a certain level that can fall in flight. Alright. There's other races out there with flying. Why not these guys? Okay, but I guess I get all this other cool stuff going on. And no dark vision. Yeah. They didn't build these guys with good sight. Oh. Cleric subclass, the Fate Domain. Oh, by the way, this Unearthed Arcana is 12 pages long, so we might try and speed through some of this in some places where we can, just stop this video being ridiculously long. Yeah, but let's see, the Cleric subclass, Fate Domain, specific deity of Fate. Okay, so domain spells. So at level 1, you get Distant Whispers and Heroism. Distant Whispers is a very nice add there. Typically just for bards, a few other specific subclasses. But yeah, clerics don't normally get that, and it's a very, very good level 1 spell. Cool. See visibility and warning bond. I think clerics already get those. Yeah. Solid, the warning bond is anyway. Beacon of Hope, Clairvoyance, Death Ward, Divination at level 7, and then 9 get Commune and Gaius. Okay. Alright list there. Distant Whispers is probably the biggest highlight there. It was a shame when you got spells they can already get on that list. I mean, it frees up some prepared spell slots, but nice to have more options. Anyway. Also at level 1 you get Omens and Portents. You can perceive signs of the future in everyday objects and events such as flights of birds or ripples made in water by a thrown stone. You can cast an augury spell without expending a spell slot, and when you cast a spell in this way, the spell has no verbal, somatic, or material components. Once you cast a spell in this way, you cannot do so again until you finish a long rest. In addition, until you finish a long rest, when you cast a divination spell that includes a chance the DM gives you no answer, or random reading such as augury, commune, or divination, reduce the chance by 25%. Okay, interesting flavor there, and reduced to 25%. So normally I think a lot of these spells here, from memory here, the divination, augury, commune type spells, is the first time you phone your deity to ask a question or what have you, divine the future, it will work. You'll get accurate answers. Future recastings of the spell on the same day has an increasing 25% chance of it either getting no answer or incorrect information sent to you. So what this means is you can cast those spells twice a day before risking getting incorrect or bad information. So that's quite cool, and which fits the flavor, the theme here of the Fate Domain Cleric. They're good at fetching answers. Cool. Oh, also at first level. But wait, there's more. It's nice how the clerics are so front-loaded with their domain features. Alright, you can temporarily, so the ties that bind, you can temporarily tie your fate to others as an action. You can touch one object or creature and magically tie a strand of fate from yourself to it for 1 hour or until you use this feature again. An unwilling creature must succeed on a wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC to resist this effect. While the target is bound to you and on the same plane of existence as you, you can sense the direction of the target's location, and you know the direction of its movement if it's in motion. Alright, so you can always track it. In addition, once per turn, when you cast a spell using a spell slot to deal damage or restore hit points to the target, roll a d6, and the target receives extra damage or healing, respectively, equal to the number rolled. Alright, oh wait, there's more. You can use this feature's action a number of times equal to proficiency bonus and regain or expend uses when you finish a long rest. Okay, I like the flexibility here because you can use it to track, be it your friend who's splitting off, scouting or something, or an enemy who's getting away. So that's cool. Again, ties into this Fate Domain's theme of getting information. So that's cool. As well as got additional combat mechanic of extra damage or healing there. So that's cool. That lasts an hour too. So not a bad one to stick on a friend. Okay. And yeah, there's no you can have this on multiple people, right? So you can load up your whole party with this in theory. Yeah. Cool. Alright. Moving on. Channel Divinity, Strands of Fate. So this is your level 2 ability. You can use your Channel Divinity to see and manipulate the Strands of Fate and weave around other individuals. As a bonus action, you can enter the state for up to 1 minute, or until you lose your concentration, as if you're concentrating on a spell. For the duration, whenever another creature you can see makes an attack roll or an ability check, you can use your reaction to give the roll advantage or disadvantage, your choice. Is this just copy-pasted the Rune Knight Storm Giant rune ability? They get at level 7. I mean, it's not bad. It's a level 7 ability. Clerics get level 2, so that's pretty good. Unfortunately, it uses concentration though, which will clash with the go-to cleric spell, Bless. But otherwise, pretty good. I guess might be worth doing over Bless, I suppose. Advantage is pretty good. Anyway, that's an option. Then level 6, Insightful Striking. As a bonus action, you can choose one creature you can see within 30 feet of yourself. Your magic grants you a brief vision of the target's defenses. Until the end of your next turn, you gain one of the following effects of your choice. Next time you make an attack roll against the target, roll a d6 and add the number rolled to the total. Next time the target must make a saving throw against a spell you cast, the target must roll a d6 and subtract the number rolled from the saving throw. You can use a bonus action a number of times equal to proficiency bonus and regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Pretty good. I'm just not a big fan of penalizing enemy saving throws. It's making it very easy to land spells, especially if a party optimizes to stack penalties to saving throws. It's real rough. Yeah, they've been doing that more and more lately with recent releases. Anyway, cool. Insightful Striking. Potent Spellcasting. So level 8 feature, you add your Wisdom modifier to the damage you deal with any cleric cantrip. And then Visions of the Future, level 17. Your knowledge of the future allows you to guide an individual to achieve their greatest possible success. You can cast a Foresight spell once without expending a spell slot. When you cast a spell in this way, the spell's duration is 1 minute for the casting. Once you cast a spell in this way, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest. Wow, so Foresight is a level 9 spell, which normally lasts, I want to say 8 hours. Non-concentration. So this is only get it for 1 minute. That's a free level 9 spell effect for 1 minute, which is most fights duration. So that's really, really good. And what Foresight does is the person you cast it on, they have advantage for everything. Attack rolls, saving throws, skill checks, the works, they always have advantage. And all enemies' attacks on them have disadvantage. So that is really good. Cool. So it's Visions of the Future. And yes, that's the Fate Domain Cleric subclass. Pretty solid subclass. I mean, everything pales in comparison to Twilight Domain though. So damn good. But I do like, yeah, all the extra utility this one has. Really kind of doubles down on that ability to gather information. Which, yeah, very interesting. Definitely see it in the right kind of campaign. We're doing a lot of intrigue or fact finding. Being very, very cool. Alright. They've got the backgrounds. So these backgrounds they continue with the theme of they've been doing a lot lately with backgrounds that give a feat. And if one of these is used in the campaign, is recommended that players who don't pick a background that gives a feat gets a free feat, which can be either Scion of Elemental, Air, Earth, Fire, or Water, or just Skilled or Tough. So you have a free little bonus feat that's not too strong. Just have a little bonus feat. If you don't want to go for one of these background options, just go standard background. You're not left behind there. So it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, they kind of push that going forward, where everyone just gets a free basic feat or a feat that is locked in from the background, making those background features more relevant by making them have more stats through feats. Okay, so we've got the Gate Warden. You have a significant amount of time, you spend a significant amount of time somewhere influenced by a portal to another plane of existence, or by intense planar forces. You're accustomed to experiences that would leave others reeling in terror, or enraptured by otherworldly beauty. You're as comfortable dealing with fiends and celestials as you are with vendors in town. So you get Persuasion and Survival, 2 languages of your choice, from Abyssal, Celestial, or Infernal, recommended. Equipment, yada yada yada. Here's the feature: Planar Infusion. Living someplace steeped in the energy of the planes, you gain the Scion of the Outer Planes feat, presented later in this document. In addition, you know where to find free, modest lodging and food in the community you grew up in. Okay. And building a Gate Warden character. So it's giving recommendations there. And suggested characteristics. And personality traits. Cool. Oh, and also, oh yeah, starting Trinket. Nice. Moving on through. Giant Foundling. So this one, they hinted at a giant, raised by giants background in one of the recent Magic the Gathering D&D crossover sets, where they had a background card that was raised by giants. So this giant Foundling background should come as no surprise to those who have seen that card. So this is a background where basically you've been raised by giants. Though you aren't a giant, you grew up among giants. Maybe you were orphaned, taken in by a sympathetic family or stone giants who raised you as one of their own. Or perhaps you lived in a lost prehistoric pocket of the world, surrounded by giants and fearsome behemoths or lurking dinosaurs. Something about your environment, perhaps the food or water that sustained you through childhood, elemental magic inherited in the sites of your home, or some verdant blessing of growth placed on you, ensured that you grew up to a remarkable size. With the aid of this magic, you have learned how to embody the titanic might of giants. You are used to moving through the world much bigger than you are, and that is reflected in your skills, attitude, and perspective on life. So you get Intimidation and Survival, 2 languages of your choice, probably giant, bunch of starting gear, origin story, so little hints, inspiration table here for your origin. The feature of the background is you gain the strike of the giant's feet, presented later in this document, and building a giant founding character. It's just characteristics, personality traits there. Alright, moving on through. Planar Philosopher. You subscribe to a distant philosophy that seeks to understand the nature of the planes, or some hidden truth of the multiverse. You draw strength from your conviction, and perhaps a network of like-minded believers. In your travels, you seek to deepen the depths of your understanding and spread your philosophy. Arcana and Persuasion skills, 2 languages of choice, and a bunch of studying equipment. Feature Conviction. You gain the Scion of the Outer Planes feat, presented later in this document. In addition, members of the organization provide you free, modest lodging and food at any of their holding or the homes of other faction members. So, building a plan philosopher, characteristics and personality traits. And start with Trinkets. It's nice seeing these fully fleshed out backgrounds here. Alright, the Rune Carver. So we're seeing the Rune Carver again. This is from the Giant Options Unearthed Arcana. So it's been revised. You dedicated your life to studying the practice of Runecraft, whether you were personally taught by a master rune carver or learned by poring over engravings in ancient ruins. You understand how to tap into the supernatural power held within runes. The art of Runecraft was initially created by the giants of yore, but over time the practice has been adopted by individuals of other races and backgrounds. As such, though giant runes are the most common, many rune carvers incorporate symbols from their native languages into the craft. So you get history and perception, language giant, and one other language of your choice. A bunch of equipment. Rune styles table. Different styles for your rune carving. Background feature, you gain the rune carver apprentice feat presented in this document, and then you get ability rune carver character, just the characteristics and personality traits. Okay, now it's in the backgrounds that give you a bunch of feats. Let's see the feats. Okay, feats by level. So we've got a bunch of feats here. Oof, look at that. Okay, we'll speed through these. Agent of Order. So this is a prerequisite. You have to be 4th level and have the Scion of the Outer Planes, Lawful Outer Plane feat. So this is a secondary feat, and you have prerequisite feat first. You can channel cosmic forces of order that lock the multiverse into patterns. Your actions are your own to choose, but these forces grant you the following benefits. So you get ability score increase, of your choice. So it's a half feat effectively. And status strike. Once per turn, when you damage a creature you can see within 60 feet of yourself, you can deal an extra 1d8 force damage to the target, and it must succeed on a wisdom saving throw. And DC is based off the ability score you increase from the feat, or be restrained by spectral bindings until the start of your next turn. These bindings manifest as chains, gears, encasing stone, or some other symbol of stasis. You can use this a benefit a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Wow, and this just happens when you damage a creature. There's no action or anything required, just happens. Pretty cool. Okay, pretty solid. Baleful Scion. This is a prerequisite, 4th level, Scion of the Outer Planes, evil outer plane feat. You can channel cosmic forces of evil and cause pain, but invigorate your being. You can choose your own actions despite this malign connection. You gain the following benefits. So again, you increase ability score by 1. Life-draining grasp. Once per turn, when you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack, you can also deal necrotic damage to it. The damage equals 1d6 plus your proficiency bonus. And you regain a number of hit points equal to this necrotic damage dealt. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Alright. It's okay. Should your character uses melee weapon attacks. Alright. Katomancer. So this is a prerequisite level 4. Level 4 and be a sorcerer, warlock, or wizard class. You have learnt to channel your magic through a deck of playing cards, granting you these benefits. Card focus. You can use a deck of cards as your spellcasting focus. When you use the deck as a focus to cast a spell that deals damage, roll a d4. You gain a bonus to 1 damage roll of the spell equal to the number rolled. This bonus applies to 1 creature of your choice that you can see damaged by the spell. You can use this benefit a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus and regain all expended uses of it when you finish a long rest. Okay. A little bit extra damage. You learn the card tricks. You learn the prestidigitation cantrip and can use it to create illusions that duplicate the effects of stage magic. When you use your prestidigitation in this way, you can conceal the verbal and somatic components of the spell as mundane conversation and card handling. What is this, a new Jim Dark magic book? What's going on here? Hacking? Okay. Card tricks. Magician. Interesting. Hidden Ace. When you finish a long rest, you can choose 1 spell you know and imbue it into a card. The chosen spell must have a casting time of 1 action, and its level must be less than or equal to your proficiency bonus. While the card is imbued with the spell, you can use your bonus action to flourish the card and cast a spell within. The card then immediately loses its magic. Okay, so you can preload up a card with a spell to be later used as a bonus action to cast. Okay. That's right. It seems a bit niche because you're still limited by 1 spell a turn if you cast the bonus though. Okay. Interesting. I'll have to have a think on that. See what major benefit that'd be. Yeah. Otherwise, a fun little feat there. Pretty cute. But I don't know what sorcerer, wizard, or warlock has a feat slot free to take it. Cool. Cohort of Chaos. Prerequisite 4th level. Scion of the Outer Planes, Chaotic Outer Plane feat. You can channel the cosmic forces of chaos that drive the multiverse toward both freedom and disarray. Your actions are still yours to choose, but you gain these benefits. Increase the ability score of your choice by 1 to a max of 20. Chaotic Flair. When you roll 1 or 20 on an attack roll or saving throw, the magic of chaos flows through you. Roll on a Chaotic Flair's table to determine what happens. A flare lasts until the end of your next turn, and a new flare can't occur until the first flare ends. So roll d4, so only 4 options here. Disruption field, waves of energy, ripple in a 10-foot sphere centered on you. Every creature other than you that starts its turn in that area or that moves into that area for the first time on a turn takes 1d8 force damage. Battle Fury. A creature of your choice that you can see is filled with reckless fury. The creature has advantage on attack rolls and disadvantage on ability checks. Okay, Unbound. When you move, you can use some or all of your walking speed to teleport once, along with any equipment you're wearing or carrying up to the distance used to an unoccupied space you can see. Wailing Winds. Howling winds swirl around you in a 60-foot radius. You and any creature that in that radius has disadvantage on wisdom saving throws. Alright. Cool, chaotic flares. Okay. I mean, very random, but yes. Hence it's being chaos. Oh. You can also forcefully release a chaotic flare as a bonus action. Rolling the table as a normal to determine the effects. Uses bonus action a number of times equal to a proficiency bonus and regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Oh, cool. Now we're up to revised giant feats. Where they've so in the giant Unearthed Arcana, they had a lot of these giant feats were at level 8 and they had quite more powerful, and they seem to have toned them down quite a bit and set them to level 4 now. Set all the giant feats to level 4, rather than having some being a higher level requirement and being very, very strong. So they've changed them up here. Also note, when I'm talking about that previous giant Unearthed Arcana, the subclasses in that Unearthed Arcana did not get a second go over in this, so they're clearly either we're very happy with them or we're very not happy with them, and we're reworking them. But I feel like, based off what we saw, I think they'll be very happy with them, and I think they must have got enough positive feedback that they've moved on to the next stage in development. So I'm really looking forward to, in particular, the Giant Barbarian and seeing how that goes. Looks like a lot of fun. Hopefully they can sort out the throwing ability, to how that works. I think that's the most trickiest part of that subclass. We can pick up people and throw them as a bonus action. That looks like a lot of fun. Anyway, back to this Unearthed Arcana though. Ember of the Fire Giant. Prerequisite level 4, Strike of the Giants, Fire Giant feat. So again, it has a prerequisite of a previous feat. You've manifested the Fiery Combat Embellic of Fire Giants, granting you the following benefits. So increase your strength, constitution, or wisdom score by 1 to max 20. Born of Flame, your resistance to fire damage. Searing Ignition. When you take the attack action on your turn, you can replace a single attack with a magical burst of flame. Each creature of your choice within 15 feet of you that you can see must make a dexterity saving throw. The DC is based off the stat you chose to increase with this feat, which is very interesting. Strength. Aha. On a failed save, a creature takes fire damage equal to 1d8 plus your proficiency bonus and is blinded until the start of your next turn. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage and isn't blinded. You can use your Searing Ignition a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus and regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Cool. Alright. Well, blind's very nice. I was imagining a Fire Giant, Ember of the Fire Giant, Runecarver fighter. That could be interesting. Very thematic. Anyway. Fury of the Frost Giant. So, prerequisite, 4th level, Strike of the Giants, Frost Giant feat. You've manifested the Icy Might of Embellic. of Frost Giants, granting you the following benefits. Increase your Strength, Constitution, or Wisdom score by 1 to a max of 20. Born of Ice. You have resistance to cold damage. Frigid Retaliation. Immediately after a creature you can see within 30 feet of you hits you with an attack roll and deals damage, you can use your reaction to retaliate with a Conjured Blast of Ice. The creature must make a Constitution saving throw. The DC is based off the stat you chose to increase with this feat. On a failed save, it takes 1d8 plus your proficiency bonus cold damage, and its speed is halved until the end of its next turn. You can use this reaction number of times equal to proficiency bonus, and you gain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. It's like a mini Hellish Rebuke. Alright. Guile of the Cloud Giant. Prerequisite, 4th level, Strike of the Cloud Giants. Strike of the Giants Cloud Giant feat required. You've manifested the eerie speech and magic embellic of Cloud Giants, granting you the following benefits. So your ability score increase your dexterity, constitution, or charisma score by 1 to max of 20. Surprised not strength as well. I mean, Cloud Giant's still pretty strong. Cloudy Escape. When a creature you can see hits you with an attack roll, you can use your reaction to give yourself resistance to the attack's damage. You can then teleport to an occupied space you can see within 30 feet of yourself. You use this reaction number of times equal to half your proficiency bonus, rounded up, and regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Oh, half your proficiency bonus. Interesting. Guess that feels too strong, they had to nerf it a bit. Can't use that very often. Interesting. I mean, previously the feat was cast Blur for free or something. It's pretty good. Cool. Keenness of the Stone Giant. 4th level prerequisite, Strike of the Giant, Stone Giant feat. You manifested the physical talents embellic of the Stone Giants, granting you the following benefits. So increase your Strength, Constitution, or Wisdom score by 1 to a max of 20. Stone Throw. As a bonus action, you can touch a rock that can fit in the palm of your hand and imbue it with magic. While the rock is imbued with magic and you are wielding it, the rock is a magic ranged weapon with which you're proficient, and it has a throwing property with a normal range of 60 feet and a long range of 180 feet. On a hit, the rock deals 1d10 bludgeoning damage, and if the target is a creature, it must succeed on a strength saving throw. So DC equals based off your proficiency you chose for this feat, or be knocked prone. The magic remains in the rock until you hit with it or finish a long rest. You can imbue a number of rocks equal to proficiency bonus with this bonus action, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Wow, that's hilarious. How good that is, but very funny. Imbue rocks and just throwing at people. I'm a big fan of the magic stone cantrips. It's like the idea of just throwing rocks at people. So that's quite funny. Also, Cavernous Sight. You gain dark vision out to a range of 60 feet. If you already have dark vision from another source, its range increases by 60 feet. Cool. Nice having a feat option to get dark vision, in case your racer doesn't have it. That's nice. Outlands Envoy. Prerequisite, 4th level and Scion of the Outer Plains feat. You have spent significant time in Sigil or elsewhere in the Outlands, the crossroads of the multiverse. Being steeped in converging planar energies grants you these benefits. Increase the ability score of your choice by 1 to a max of 20. Crossroads Emissary. You learn the Misty Step spell and Tongue spell. So it's level 2 and a level 3 spell. Wow. You can cast each spell once using this feat without using a spell slot, and you must finish a long rest before you can cast the spell in this way again. When you cast Tongues using this feat, you require no material components. You can also cast these spells using spell slots you have at the appropriate level. The spellcasting ability is the one chosen when you gained the Scion of the Outer Plains feat. Wow. So it's a step bump and have a level 2 and a level 3 spell. Wow. Watch out. Fey Touched and Shadow Touched. We've got another competitor enters the fray, though it does have prerequisites. That's pretty cool. Planar Wanderer. Prerequisite, 4th level, Scion of the Outer Plains feat. You can draw on the forces of the multiverse to survive cosmic extremes and to traverse its infinite realms. You gain these benefits. Planar Adaptation. When you finish a long rest, you gain resistance to either acid, cold, or fire damage, your choice, until you finish your next long rest. Cool. Portal Cracker. Your experience with portals allows you to operate them without the proper portal key. As an action, you can concentrate on a portal you're aware of that is within 5 feet of you and make a DC 20 Wisdom survival check. On a failure, you take 3d8 force damage and can't use this feature on that portal again until you finish a long rest. On a success, you can force the portal to open or close for 1 hour. For that duration, a portal closed in this way doesn't respond to its portal key unless a creature employing the key succeeds on a DC 20 Intelligence Arcana check as an action. Portal Sense. You know the direction to the last planar portal you used while you and the portal are on the same plane. Moreover, as an action, you can detect the location of any portals within 30 feet of you that aren't behind total cover. Once you detect a portal with this action, you can't use this action again until you finish a long rest. This feat seems very specific to portal keys and things. What is going on? Is this a Planescape? Some kind of multiverse setting? They're definitely going to come up in a Planar book coming out. Okay. Righteous Heritor. Prerequisite 4th level, Scion of the Outer Planes, good Outer Plane feat. You can channel the cosmic forces of good that foster serenity and fellowship. You are still free to choose your own actions, but gain these benefits. Increase ability score of your choice by 1. Soothe pain. When you or a creature you can see within 30 feet of you takes damage, you can use your reaction to dull its suffering and reduce the damage it takes by 1d10 plus your proficiency bonus. You can use this benefit a number of times equal to proficiency bonus, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Cool. Damage reduction is always nice. Alright. Runecarver Apprentice. You begin studying the art of Runecraft. You learn the Comprehend Languages spell. You can cast the spell without expending a spell slot, and you must finish a long rest before you can cast it this way again. You can also cast a spell using any spell slots you have. You know 2 runes of your choice from the rune spells table. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can mark 1 non-magical weapon, armor, piece of clothing, or other object you touch with a rune you know. You temporarily learn 1 first level spell based on the rune you inscribed as specified in the rune spells table, and you know the spell until you finish a long rest when the rune fades. So rune options are Death, Ray of Sickness, Dragon, Chromatic Orb, Enemy, Disguise Self, Friend, Speak with Animals, Journey, Long Strider, King, Command, Mountain, Entangle, Sacred, Sanctuary. That's definitely a step down to what it was in the previous Unearthed Arcana. So there were some amazing spells there. And I got a bit of middling ones there. I mean, Tangle's pretty good. Disguise Self can come up quite a good bit too. But yeah, Sanctuary, I have it. Okay. Probably for the best though. The spell list before was pretty good. I think it had Shield and Hex and all this other crazy stuff going on. Anyway, while you are wearing or carrying the rune marked object, you can cast a spell associated with the chosen rune once without using a spell slot or material components. You can also cast a spell using any spell slots you have. Your spellcasting ability for this feat is Intelligence, Wisdom, or Charisma. Choose when you select this feat. Each time you gain a level, you can replace one of the runes you know with a different one from the rune spells table. Alright. The next step up from that, the Runecarver Adept. So prerequisite level 4, and Runecarver Apprentice feat. Your ability to draw out power from runes has grown. Increase the ability score of the spellcasting ability chosen when you gain the Runecarver Apprentice feat by 1 to a maximum of 20. So a step up there. Whenever you cast a spell from the rune spells table or a spell of a school of magic associated with the spell you marked on an object from the Runecarver Apprentice feat, you can invoke runic power, grant you one of these benefits of your choice. Okay. Seems called magic. Keep track of that. I don't know where to keep track of that too much. Battle runes. Choose one creature you can see within 30 feet of yourself. Until the end of that creature's next turn, it has advantage on the next attack roll it makes. Healing runes. Choose one creature you can see within 30 feet of yourself. That creature gains temporary hit points equal to your level. Runic winds. Choose one creature you can see within 30 feet of yourself. Until the end of that creature's turn, its movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks, and its walking speed increases by 10 feet. You can invoke runic power a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, but no more than once per spell you cast. You regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Well, I do like these triggered extra rider effects that happen when you cast a spell and stack them on. So that's nice. had a lot of fun with a sorcerer, getting these sorcerer shards that came on Tasha's that do something similar. We use meta magic effect triggers. So that's cool. Yeah. Scion of Elemental Air. You'll be exposed to the primordial magic of the elemental plane of air, granting you the following benefits. Elemental magic. You learn the minor illusion cantrip using intelligence, wisdom, or charisma as a spellcasting ability. So choosing 6 feet. Winds Glide. You can use a bonus action to gain a flying speed equal to your walking speed until the end of your next turn, or end of your turn. If you are airborne at the end of your turn after using this movement and aren't held aloft by other means, you fall. You can use this bonus action a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus and regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. I'm really a fan of only giving out limited flight rather than permanent flight, aren't they? Alright. Scion of Elemental Earth. You'll be exposed to the primordial magic of the elemental plane of Earth, granting the following benefits. You learn the Runecraft cantrip using intelligence, wisdom, or charisma as spellcasting ability. Choose 6 feet. Earth and Shield. You can use a bonus action to conjure a bulwark of Earth that provides half cover to you or a creature of your choice within 30 feet of yourself. The bulwark remains until the start of your next turn. You can create this bulwark a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus and regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Okay. Scion of Elemental Fire. You'll be exposed to primordial magic of the elemental plane of fire, granting the following benefits. Elemental magic, you learn the Dancing Lights cantrip. Use intelligence, wisdom, or charisma as a spellcast ability. Fervent Blaze, you learn the Produce Flames cantrip using the same spellcast ability chosen for this feat. Elemental magic benefit, you can cast Produce Flame as normal, and you can also cast it as a bonus action a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. Regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Oh, bonus action cantrip. It's nice. Okay. Very limited, but yeah. Cool. Not everyone gets a good bonus action. Something at least. Scion of Elemental Water. You'll be exposed to primordial magic of elemental plane of water, granting the following benefits. You learn the Thaumaturgy cantrip using intelligence, wisdom, or charisma as a spellcast ability. Wave Surge. You can use a bonus action to create a forceful surge of water directed at a creature within 15 feet of you that you can see. The target must make a strength saving throw. DC equals to 8 plus proficiency bonus plus the spellcast ability chosen when you chose his feet. On a failure, the target is pushed up to 10 feet away from you or pulled up to 10 feet toward you, your choice. The water vanishes immediately after the creature succeeds or fails. You can create this effect a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus and regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Scion of the Outer Planes. You are influenced by an adept at navigating planar pathways in strange realities of the outer planes. Whenever planar essence whether planar essence infuses you or you have extra planar ancestry, your connection to a plane infuses you and the energies found there. Choose a type of plane listed in the planar infusion table below. Your choice gives you resistance to a damage type and the ability to cast a cantrip as specified in the table. You can cast this cantrip without material components, and your spellcast ability for it is intelligence, wisdom, or charisma, choosing 6 feet. So your planes are Astral Plane, resistant to psychic damage, and it's a message cantrip. Chaotic Outer Plane, resistant to necrotic, and the minor illusion cantrip. Evil Outer Plane, damage resistant, necrotic, access to the Chill Touch cantrip. Good Outer Plane, radiant, damage resistance, and get the Sacred Flame cantrip. And Lawful Outer Plane, resistance to radiant damage, and the Guidance cantrip. The Outlands, resistance to psychic damage, and the Mage Hand cantrip. Alright. A mixed bag there. I mean, definitely evil and necrotic, or chaotic, resistant to necrotic damage, more useful, I think, than the psychic or radiant. Oh well. And then, yeah, some nice little cantrips. Anyway. Soul of the Storm Giant. So, prerequisite level 4, Strike of the Giant, Storm Giant feat. Your manifested divination abilities and Tempest magic embellic of Storm Giants, granting you the following benefits. Ability score increase your intelligence, wisdom, or charisma score by 1 to maximum 20. Maelstrom Aura. As a bonus action, you surround yourself in an aura of magical wind and lightning that extends to 10 feet from you in every direction, but not through total cover. The aura lasts until the start of your next turn or until you're incapacitated. While the aura is active, attack rolls against you at disadvantage, and whether a creature starts its turn within the aura, you can force the creature to make a strength saving throw On a failed save, the creature's speed is halved until the start of its next turn. You can use the bonus action a number of times equal to proficiency bonus. You regain what speed uses when you finish a long rest. Last start. Okay, it's very similar to what it was in the previous Unearthed Arcana. I think it's just only lasts a round now. And bonus action activated again. Okay, so it's not quite as good as it was last time. I think it was bonus action set up and it lasted a minute last time. Okay, so they have nerfed it down. Because it was level 8 feet before. Alright. Storm Giant 1 and Strike of the Giants. This is the prerequisite giant feat. So the first giant feat. You can get it with the background. You've Strike of the Giants. You've absorbed primeval magic that gives you an echo of the might of giants. Choose one of the kinds of giants listed below. As a bonus action, you can call on the power of your giant magic to imbue your attacks with additional power. The next time you hit a target with a melee or thrown weapon attack within the next minute, the attack has an additional effect depending on the origin of your giant magic. So Hill Giant, the target takes an extra 1d6 damage on the weapon's type. If the target is a creature and must succeed on a strength saving throw or be knocked prone. Stone Giant, the target takes an extra 1d6 force damage. If the target is a creature and must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 10 feet away from you in a straight line. Frost Giant, the target takes an extra 1d6 cold damage. If the target is a creature and must succeed on a constitution saving throw or its speed is reduced to 0 to the start of your next turn. Fire Giant, the target takes an extra 1d8 fire damage. Straight and simple. Cloud Giant, the target takes an extra 1d4 thunder damage. If the target is a creature that must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or you become invisible to it until the start of your next turn. Storm Giant, the target takes an extra 1d6 lightning damage. If the target is a creature, it must succeed on a constitution saving throw or it has disadvantage on attack rolls until the start of your next turn. That's pretty good. Saving throw DC equals 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your strength or constitution modifier. You use this bonus action a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus and regain all speed uses when you finish a long rest. Alright, and Vigor of the Hill Giants. So, let's see, level 4, prerequisite, Strike of the Giants, Hill Giant feat. So you have to pick Hill Giant in the previous feat to go to the hill to get this extra Hill Giant feat later. So, Bulwark, when you are subjected to an effect that would move you at least 5 feet or knock you prone, you can use your reaction to steady yourself. You are then neither moved nor not prone. Okay, that's it. And allows an increase to your con. Oh, and Iron Stomach. Whenever you eat food as part of a short rest and spend 1 or more hit die to regain hit points, you regain additional hit points equal to your constitution modifier plus your proficiency bonus. Alright. Spells. So it's new spells. Apparently some spells inspired by a deck of many things. Of all things. Okay. Bunch of new spells here. Looks like Sorcerer is winning here. Show up in every list. Or Artificer gets something. Oh yeah. And Warlock and Wizard looks like Wizard wins every week, gets new spells. Warlock gets most of them. Okay. I get 3. Sorcerer. Yeah, I love all the Sorcerer love. Alright. So new spells. Let's see. We got Antagonize. This is a new 3rd level spell. Enchantment. Action to cast. Range 30 feet. Verbal, somatic, and material components required. Let's see. You whisper magical words that antagonize one creature of your choice within range. The target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 44 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction, if available, to make a melee attack against another creature of your choice that you can see. If no other creature is within range, the target has disadvantage on its next attack roll it makes before the start of your next turn. You can upcast it. Increases damage by d4. Who cares? But yeah, cool. Get enemy to attack someone else. Neat. Uses their action too. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. And it's not a charm or anything, is it? Yeah, it just happens. Oh, that could be very cool actually, especially an enemy that hits like a truck. Get them to hit someone else. Okay. You get to choose. Yeah. Wait, what is it? Against another creature of your choice, yeah. Oh, that's very good actually. Okay, I like it. Next, House of Cards. This is a cast time 1 minute. Oof. Okay, so not in combat time then. Touch, verbal, submit and material. Take of cards. Duration 24 hours. House of Cards. Okay, you're making a house then. You touch the ground and conjure forth a defensive structure made of enormous playing cards. The structure rises from with you as its center, harmlessly lifting you and any creatures in the area. The house of cards is a square base. There's 30 feet on each side, and it has 3 floors with 10-foot high ceilings. The second floor is 20 feet on each side, and the third floor is 10 foot on each side, both centered above the bottom floor. Ramps get to the interior of each floor, and empty door frames connect the interior and exterior of each level. Creatures inside or on top of the structure have half cover. Each card that comprises the house is 5 feet wide and 10 feet tall and is very fragile. A card that has AC 10 and 1 hit point. The cards are immune to poison and psychic damage. Reducing the card to 0 hit points destroys it. Every time a card is destroyed, roll d6, or roll 5 or 6. The house collapses, ending the spell. The house and all its cards vanish when the spell ends. Okay, interesting. Fun. I don't know how useful that would be though, but sure. It's something. House of cards. Spirit of Death. 4th level necromancy spell. This is 1 action to cast, 60-foot range. Verbal, somatic, and material components, which is a gilded playing card depicting an avatar of death worth at least 400 GP. Duration concentration up to a minute. You call forth a spirit that embodies death itself. Choose a creature that you can see within range. The spirit manifests in occupied space that you can see within 10 feet of the target, and the target becomes haunted by the spirit. The spirit uses the Reaper Spirit stat block. The spirit disappears when it or the haunted creature is reduced to 0 hit points, or when the spell ends. The Reaper Spirit is an ally to you and your companions. In combat, the spirit shares your initiative count, but takes its turn immediately after yours. It obeys your verbal commands, no action required by you, and it will only attack the haunted creature. If you don't issue the spirit any commands, it takes a dodge action and uses its move to avoid danger. And you can upcast it to increase the stats of the Reaper stat block. Reaper stat block is here. Cool. Ooh, +3s. Cool. Immune to a bunch of conditions there. Let's see. Cruel movement. Haunting tracker. Always track the person. Get multi-attack based off the level of the spell. Reaping Scythe. Does necrotic damage. Okay. Paralyzing Fear. The Reaper attempts to instill fear. Someone's ability. To haunted creature, it can see within 60 feet itself. The creature must succeed a wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC. Will be frightened of the Reaper for a minute. Or frightened this way, creature speed is 0 and it can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. The frightened creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each turns or immediately after it takes damage, ending the effect on itself on success. Okay. That's right. Spray of cards. So second level conjuration. 1 action, 15-foot cone. So you got deck card. Playing cards is the material component. You spray spectral cards from your hands or sleeve. Is this a Jim Dark Magic book coming out? What is going on here? All these playing card stuff. What is happening? You spray your cards from your sleeve. The cards blind or slash at your enemies and then vanish. Choose one of the following effects for the cards. Blinding cards. Each creature in a 15-foot cone must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be blinded until the end of their next turn. Cutting cards. Each creature in a 15-foot cone must succeed on a dexterity saving throw. Creature takes 2d10 force damage on a failed save or half as much damage on a successful one. Okay. Aha, cards. Ridiculous. Okay, and you can upcast it, increase damage. Sure. Summon Warrior Spirit. It's a level concentration spell. 1 action cast. 90-foot range. Verbal somatic material. A gilded playing card depicting a knight with at least 300 GP. Concentration up to 1 hour. You call forth a Warrior Spirit from the legendary deck of many things. It manifests in occupied space that you can see within range. The corporeal form uses the Warrior Spirit stat block. When you cast a spell, choose a type of warrior, barbarian, fighter, or monk. The warrior resembles a humanoid armed appropriately to the chosen class, which determines certain traits. In the stat block, the warrior disappears with 0 hit points, or when the spell ends. The warrior is an ally to you and your companions. In combat, the warrior shares your initiative count, but it takes its turn immediately after yours. It obeys your verbal commands, no action required by you. If you don't issue any, it takes a dodge action and uses a move to avoid danger. Now cast it, increase its stats. I'm liking Natasha's summons template, so I see more options there. So that's good. And especially if these spells are all appearing on the sorcerer spell list, because sorcerers don't get much in the way of summons, so that's nice. Alright, so based on the type, you get different benefits here. Okay, not very charismatic warrior. Not paladin then. Let's see. Number attack rolls, yep. Freestance stat block. See if there's anything interesting here, and Stat block here. Advantage. Just go Reckless Barbarian attack. Running Strike, so it can. The fighter can pump out 10 hit points when it attacks. Monk can punch and potentially not will prone and get a bonus action attack. That's the difference there. Alright, and that is all 12 pages. That is the Unearthed Arcana. Wow. Okay, so there's a lot here, a lot to unpack. Yeah, so definitely looking forward to this giant book coming out and this Multiverse book coming out. So that's cool. Probably Planescape, the old Planar setting they had. Alright, cool. So that's it. That's see, we had a new race there, new subclass, bunch of backgrounds with that come with feats, and then a bunch of feats and with prerequisites for previous feat that you get with the background there, and a bunch of new spells, including a lot of card trick themed spells. So we got an extra maybe there's a third setting coming out to do with card tricks. I don't know. Very strange. But yeah, that is the latest Unearthed Arcana, Wonders of the Multiverse. What do you think? There's some pretty exciting things here. I don't think it's too bad in the power creep. Like, nothing jumped out at me as going, wow, that's crazy good. Unlike some things that have come out recently that has really, really changed the face of the game a bit. But it looks like a lot of fun. So yeah, looking forward to seeing the final versions of this content. Should we mix it through playtesting when it comes out later this year, maybe sometime next year. I guess time will tell. Alright, if you like these videos, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps the channel grow, and means you don't miss these videos that pop out onto YouTube on the regular. Alright, I'm Brad Thompson. This has been Cutting Words. Happy gaming. See ya.